Welcome back to Eakerath.
Ooh,
Okay,
the sun.
the sun is beating down on you guys.
We have to fight it.
What happened last session was you guys decided to chase your leads, having accomplished the raids of the mossy town, the forgotten town, as well as the other ruin that you guys raided. You guys did find the relic. You sent it off to Joram, and then you guys decided to make your way back south to Troxmont to teleport up to the Drow Kingdom, Lord Joram's Everfall. But for one reason or another, you guys find yourself teleported in the middle of this rocky, sandy, dry desert. And upon some just brief moments to gather your thoughts, one of you guys perceive some activity over the hill of some dust that's being kicked up by a small orc posse or troop.
What I did?
Yes, so Zenvir has cast Sanctuary on herself and made herself known to the orc team, who seem to be squabbling amongst themselves, and they notice this and swiftly decide to try to bring you in for one purpose or another. And that is where we find ourselves
Not good.
right now.
All right. And Conrad and I are up on the dune nearby,
Yes.
Yes.
within casting range, I believe. You said.
Am I allowed to do something as a reaction as I see them coming at me?
Yes, you've already cast Sanctuary on yourself.
Right, but that would have been on as I approached them.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, because I cast as big as I can spiritual weapon
Okay.
and go, do not come any closer.
Okay.
Wish you see your head disemboweled from your body.
Okay.
They
You know,
go,
roll
what is
for
disemboweled? Big
roll,
word.
roll for intimidation.
It's not the worst, it's just not good. Can I use it based on my strength modifier instead of my charisma?
Oh, you're adding dust layers. Is a sandstorm rolling in?
Intimidation?
Can I do it based on my strength instead of my charisma?
No.
Wait,
11.
11 for intimidation?
Yep.
Okay. It causes them to pause, the two that were climbing up the rocks to get to you. And they look down at their orc leader with kind of a desperate look of direction. What do you want us to do?
I have a wild idea. So, since I realize that she's trying to intimidate them now,
Yep.
I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to cast Fireball right over their head. So it doesn't hit anybody, but it's going to just detonate right above the group.
Oh, above, like in the air?
Yeah, like directly above the orc. So they're going to feel the heat, but they're not going to take the
Okay.
damage.
Okay. So you basically launch a firework right above their
Yeah,
head.
so it's like, oh, she's got backup.
Okay, so from the rocks comes this boom, right above the orc party's
I think
heads.
I'd be intimidated.
Catches Zen off guard because this was behind her back and she had no idea this was going to happen.
I didn't tell her I was going to provide
But
backup.
it absolutely catches all the orcs by surprise. And they do perceive, oh, she's not alone. And the two that were chasing after Zen hide behind a rock and look at their leader. There's more of them! Where are they? As they look at the rocks and they're not sure where the next fireball is going to be coming out from. And the remaining three down at the ground, who were kind of in a relaxed position, seeing a fireball get launched right above their head, they also split up and hide for cover.
Was this 5 total orcs?
5,
Okay.
yeah.
We don't have to be hostile. We simply are seeking where we're at, location.
But you don't know where you are.
No.
Well, how about... And from the rocks, like the leader down at the bottom is like barely sticking like the side of his face off from the rock. Well, how about a little parley then? Because we don't need your flesh. At least not for our consumption. We just need your present aid.
We can offer that for trade for information of where we are.
No more fireballs.
Not unless you harm any of myself or my party. We will only do it as response.
Men!
No way did that work.
Hold your
go.
weapons. We don't want to cause any more noise.
And then I hand signal at Conrad and Geppi that it's okay to come.
Alright. I'm
Okay.
going to stand up behind the dune and start
Okay.
like making my way down, old bones down a sandy slope.
Okay.
I assume Conrad is just rolling. Conrad, what do you do?
He
Well.
rolls.
Yeah, he would. I bounce from boulder to boulder, and I lose my my footing on a rock, and I just free fall it and roll down with the rocks, and land on my feet. And he's going to roll for acrobatics. Not 20. Fuck me.
Good job, Daniel.
We don't need Daniel anymore.
So he just prances down the slope.
Prances down, rolls his
While
ankle.
flipping.
Yeah, bounce, bounce, bounce. Ta-da. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe that worked. Geppi, hurry up.
Sliding.
All right. And thus the dwarf has reached the orcs, kind of before Zenvir at that point, because he just free-falled it. Okay, so the other two orcs that were coming to grab Zenvir, they retreat back to their group, and they're all a bit more
Polite type.
hesitant and nervous.
Ooh. Oh, they look cool. You went all out with the slide.
They are much more hesitant than than any of you guys would perceive orcs to be.
So they're scared of something.
Right.
I'm gonna let Zen be the mouthpiece of the group because she's made contact, and essentially I'm playing the role of like the muscle as far because that's all they've seen so far.
We should have swapped that looking at our stats.
Yeah, we should have, but it's what we did.
Right. Okay. So you're standing a little bit behind with Conrad, just kind of sizing up the orcs.
Even though Zen can do more damage than me,
Right.
we're gonna pretend they don't know better.
Ugh.
I can call down holy light if I need to.
This is unlikely. But we seem to find ourselves at a temporary truce.
Yes. What do you
I'm not going to ask how you came to the desert because I know this is nowhere near your kingdom and you are but 3 little flesh people.
Yes. What can we help you with, and where are we?
Well, first you could help with being quiet. We are currently near a sand dragon's lair.
Oh no!
And any more noises, looks at Geppi, will for sure alert it. And that is why we need help to get through their lair.
It's one of the scales of Eakerath.
Oh.
Now, none of us are willing to sacrifice ourselves, but we do need a distraction. Something to pull the dragon away from its lair so we can finally loot our gold back.
Oh, I see what's
So
happening.
you don't just want to get through this cavern silently. You want the dragon to be.
Preoccupied.
So. Do you know anything on dragons, Geppi?
I don't know. Do I know anything on dragons? Do I get to roll history, or
You know what? You probably don't.
I don't.
I mean,
Because
are
your
dragons
studies are lacking, and you came from a small town and you've been on the street.
My studies aren't lacking. I graduated college.
Oh.
I just didn't get a job in my field. I went and became
Oh.
a farmer. The question is,
Oh, okay.
do we?
I take it back.
I can roll history. I
Right.
assume.
Roll history because it would have been a topic that you would have learned at a college.
If this is like classic, dragons are the pinnacle of magic, I'd probably know about them. If this is different, then
Well,
maybe
you
not.
probably would have taken a Dragon 101 course.
Okay.
Hey, buddy.
I don't think it matters because I rolled a 3.
Oh.
10.
10?
I have good history.
That's really good history. Okay. I'll say that you forego the knowledge of specific characteristics of each kind of dragon, but you know that for...
Woo.
Let's see. You know that there are certain dragons that procure a more solitary life, and those rely simply on the basics of needs. Hoarding,
Like gold.
eating. Yeah, exactly. There are more intelligent breeds that do live in packs, or at least in alliances with other dragons. And those...
Like the ones on the northern mountains.
Right. And those are a bit more cunning and devious with their intentions.
Okay, so if it's a solitary one, it's probably not scheming. It's probably just like,
It's probably
this
a-
is my,
a face-
I wanted gold, I got gold,
It's
mine.
probably a face value dragon if
Okay.
it's alone.
Okay, that's good. So, Zen, I sort of crammed on the dragon course. It was a late night thing, and I don't remember what colors mean what. But if it's by itself, it's probably not going to scheme against us.
I have...
Perhaps we could bargain with the dragon.
Can...
Yes.
He's meeting folks now.
I bet Conrad knows about dragons, right? Dwarves and dragons.
Should we
Oh,
call
gosh.
him and see if he rolls?
No, you just be talking to me.
Misty Mountains.
Why
Ask them about the terrain in the lair.
the terrain in the lair?
Yes.
Well, I guess the question I want to ask is how smart are sand dragons? Because some dragons are smarter than
They're
others.
pretty smart.
Probably smarter than us, I would say.
They are as smart as us. And gestures to the rest of his group.
Oh, maybe
of
not
orcs.
this one. Maybe they're more beast.
They're strong.
It's your dragon.
They're fast.
Oh no. Does the dragon burrow under the sand and then burst out?
Thank you.
Does it have 2 big horns?
Not this one.
Okay, thank goodness. I hated fighting Diablos.
The what?
Oh, too bad Daniel's not here.
No.
The one person who would have gotten my reference.
So what we need to do, and he points to either one of you, I guess 3. We need one of you guys to creep up on its lair, grab its attention, and run as fast as your feet can.
I would say,
I
what if
can
we
do
just
that.
feed Conrad to him? Conrad, do you have any complaints with being fed to the dragon?
Not exactly privy to the idea.
So what
It's
if
your opportunity to get rid of Conrad.
what if I go in? I do cast Sanctuary, which at least protects me from immediate attack.
It's going to outroll you for sure.
Oh sure. But the moment that it
Specifically
does,
for wisdom save, yeah.
I run away until I can't, and then I just
You do have the fastest
vanish.
speed. Wait, no, you don't.
I just
You're the fastest base speed. Conrad can do his dash.
That's true. Conrad would be.
Well, gosh, maybe I should be the bait.
You can dash and double dash.
Geppi, could you cast Raving Thirst on a dragon?
Ooh, wait.
It would have to fail the roll.
Worth a shot.
Yes, I totally could. Now the thing is, a solitary dragon is not the scheming type. It just wants necessities and it wants gold. Perhaps we could offer a trade with the dragon. They're quite intelligent.
Or food. He takes a swig of his endless hot chocolate, just eyeballs the orcs, like, our food.
I could
Which is
offer
actually what Conrad would say.
a giant barrel of hot chocolate. Is that what your suggestion is?
No, this is mine.
Dang it, that is what he would do. would say that none of us are strong enough to fight a dragon. We'll do the run tactic as our last resort. But I don't see why we can't at least try to bargain with it first. I have, it's a shame to give these up, but I have a lot of jewelry. I have a big old, several boxes.
You do?
Yes, I told you about this. I looted it from the first ruin, the grave of, Jonathan.
Yep, Sir Jonathan's tomb.
Yes, so there was a lot of crates full of jewels and intricate cups and basically like ritual
That would have been
accessories.
nice to know.
Oh, I did mention it. I was planning to sell it to a collector and get a bunch of money for my spells, but perhaps I could trade with the dragon and offer the rare gold jewels for whatever the orc gold is. 1 to 1. Ask the orcs.
Well, you can talk to the orcs.
They respect you more right now. Ask the orcs about how much gold and like what form and
How
things
much
like that.
gold are you looking to retrieve? Because it sounds like the dragon raided your orc camp.
Something like that.
Okay.
And he looks to the guy with like the backpack, the scrawny looking guy. Looks like he's probably the runner of the group or the scout. And he holds up. Oh wow. He holds up essentially like 11 digits of, and so then the orc leader turns to you guys and says, about 600 gold.
Well, is the gold itself sentimental for them, or is it just the amount?
I want to roll insight. Is this their gold?
Roll for insight. And are you going to ask him that question?
Actually, I would, because that would increase my roll chances.
It would,
so
yeah.
I do have. Is this your gold? Or is
Okay.
dragon's gold?
Are we robbing the
Right.
dragon, or are we retrieving your gold?
Of course it's our gold! And the rest go like, yeah!
Alright, now I'll
Alright,
roll
roll insight. And it's against what? My intelligence or charisma?
I don't know.
I guess it'd be persuasion or
Yours-
deception, which is either charisma.
Unless you get a nat 20 and roll it as higher than a 29.
No, I got a 5.
So the funny thing is, we don't actually care if they're looting the gold or if it's their gold.
Right.
We just need to know what strategy to approach the dragon with.
Right.
Okay. Or is it 29? Is this their gold?
No, it is not their gold.
Okay.
They just want to
They
raid
just
the
know
dragon.
it. Yeah. They're just on a raiding party.
All right. Now, I cannot, in good faith, help you with this until we know our location. It's not a fair trade sending us to our near death.
Hey, ask them where the dragon is.
Well, we're right next to the lair.
I don't see a dragon.
Do we see a lair opening?
He turns around and back from where they came from, he points and says, about 500 feet that way.
Okay, that's really, really close.
Which is why we can't cast any more fireballs.
Okay, well, I have banishment. I could use it on myself. Maybe I go talk to the dragon and try to barter.
You're the best likely to be able to barter, but where are we first?
I'm gonna look over at the direction, and I'm going to just start heading towards the dragon's lair. You stay here, and if you hear the dragon roar, maybe things went wrong. I will be back.
Where are we,
Okay.
Mr. Orc?
Does Conrad go with you? Or does Conrad stay
no,
with
he's
Zane?
gonna stay with Zane.
Okay. And the leader laughs and waves his sword. I'm not an idiot. I know that's the only thing keep you guys here. Now we've had an agreement. You distract the dragon and I give information.
You could very much run off without the information. You could die before we get the information.
Well, sure, but you could also run off without
I think I'd go
fulfilling your
start-
end of the deal.
They're gonna start a fight while I'm gone, aren't they?
Now
he's
that
gone.
the muscle's gone, yeah.
Yeah, except I'm not really the muscle. They think I am. Let me know when I make it to the lair.
Okay, yeah, it'll be certainly quite a few turns.
I'll just sit out and wait.
Let's see. He points to Conrad. How about this? I'll tell you the information. You and your little wizard friend go and distract the dragon. We'll hold on to Geppi here. In good faith.
You want to hold
If
on
you
to-
guys run off without the aid that we're looking for, then we keep the fatso.
You want to hold on to Chubby?
We'll hold on to Chubby.
Sure. Absolutely.
I did tell you to wait there. Just keep in.
Conrad casually sips his hot chocolate. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Conrad has the map here of what we know.
Right.
You can point out where we are in approximation to that.
Well, we will follow behind because we need to access the lair while it's distracted. So, your friend has run off, but we're gonna trail after.
All right. Where are we?
Okay, so does Zen not listen to what I told her to do? Stay there.
The orcs won't let me.
I suppose not.
They're not going to stay there without you.
So here's what's been communicated. The orcs need the distraction to pull the dragon away from the lair so they can get to the lair.
Mhm.
So they have to be
I'll
close
update
by
you once I
whenever
get
you
all the-
distract them. Now that's what they're gonna do.
Right.
They're holding on to Conrad as insurance.
Right. I was hoping that
So
Zen
Zen
could
will
stall them.
Zen now gets to do whatever
That's-
she wants to.
I'm
Mhm.
stalling them by getting the map and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Right. So anyways, so you get to do whatever you do, but the party is not going to waste this opportunity. They're going to start to follow.
Gotcha.
So. Now they're going to keep talking. If you'd like to keep pace with them, to.
I need the location.
Right. Let me pull it up on my map to actually make sure I give you the right name.
They can hold on to Conrad.
I know. That's why he's deceptively slippery. He just coats himself in hot chocolate and slips out of their grasp.
For once, Daniel, this is not to bash your character. It's just if they were to hold on to anyone successfully, it would not be you.
Yeah, I mean, our rogue is definitely the best at escaping.
Let's see.
Right.
And you can cast banishment if things are wrong.
Yeah. It's not a level 5 spell, so it's only on one target. But
Okay.
We're
You
about.
could cast it twice. Cast it on him, wait a turn, cast it on yourself.
I think I only have one casting.
We're about 5 days' journey from the Eastern Desert,
Um,
and you know that
I do.
Yep.
5 days journey from the eastern.
desert,
One
which
of
you know is about 2 or 3 days' journey from Oswafalis west.
Crap.
But he says we're about 3 days' journey from the Eastern Desert and about a day south of Orkgate.
Orcgate?
Orkgate, which is like the orcs'
Their kingdom.
kingdom. Yeah.
I'm going to take note of that. You said 3 days north.
No. 3 days. So for your perception, 3 days east of Oswafel, of the Eastern Desert, which is 5 days east from Oswafalis.
So 8 days from Oswafalis. And then from the other direction, it's...
No. So it's 3 days from the Eastern Desert, 2 days from Oswafalis.
Oh, there's
so
5.
5.
Oh, 5 total.
Yeah.
I got you.
And it's 1 day south of Orkgate. So Orkgate is north. Oswafalis is far west.
Cool. Triangulate.
Yeah. Now,
So it's
you're
not
not
8 days,
familiar
that's
with the Orcish kingdom, and because you've got a frame of reference, growing up, you knew that the Eastern Desert was at the base of the hills of Oswafalis, but that was like the wastelands, so you don't know what's beyond the eastern
So, are
areas.
we 1 day south of Orkgate or 3 days east, 1 day south?
More like this.
Yes.
Did you say, are we north of Orkgate?
So,
South. Okay, perfect. I got this right now. So the problem is I didn't make the dots count as days. It's
Okay.
just the lines.
right.
Oh, buddy.
Okay,
No, it's
and
that.
now he turns around and
3,
says,
2, 1.
he turns around and says, hi. That's what you sound like. Turns around and says, now if you please, everybody, holds up his finger to his lips. And we're gonna cut to you.
Okay,
Approaching the dragon's
I'll
lair.
point out, as soon as I sort of got out of their sight, I'm dashing to the dragon's lair.
Oh, okay.
I want to get there ahead of them if possible.
Okay.
I know Zen's trying to stall them.
Right. So I said about 500 feet.
Yeah.
So let's see. Your base speed is 30.
Yes.
So it'll take you about 17 turns, but you're dashing, so that'll take about, I guess it'd be half of that.
Yeah.
So let's say it'll take 10 turns because it took a few turns of
wouldn't-
walking to get out of
Okay.
sight, and then you sprinted.
That's valid.
So-
I want to be there a bit before the orcs.
Right.
That's my only real
So,
concern.
because it's a solid 60 seconds of dead sprint, go ahead and roll for Constitution just to tell how out of breath you are.
Rude. A 23.
Okay, cool. You take like 5 seconds to catch your breath,
Alright.
and you're good to go.
I'm gonna
for, like, a
spend
walking
those
speed.
5
Also,
seconds.
full disclosure, I've just rolled 3 nat 20s in a row.
That's unbelievable.
Crazy.
Wow.
Okay, what?
So I'm gonna take those 5 seconds to pull out the leather-bound hole, essentially.
The leather-bound what?
The-
pull?
The portable hole that I have.
Oh,
leather-bound
yeah,
journal.
yeah.
And I'm going to pull out, I guess 2 or 3 of the boxes of like jewelry.
Wow.
I'm gonna
okay.
take like all of the jewelry out, but leave like the historical stuff that the dragon wouldn't care about.
Okay. And jewelry boxes are about the size of our dice boxes.
Sure, I'll just pull out however
Okay,
many you
sure.
can.
All right, so you pull out 3 boxes of jewelry. Okay.
I'm gonna open them up, and then I'm gonna call into the lair. Sir Dragon, may I make your acquaintance?
Okay. And
Ooh.
from the cliff of the rocks, where a cave goes deeper into the dry red rocks, out walks or lumbers this very dry, like deceasedly dry, like jerky dry, dragon with sand just pouring out of its scales.
And I'm going to bow respectfully
Okay.
and wait for the dragon to acknowledge my presence.
Okay. This dragon doesn't speak, but I will roll for performance to convey what its responses are to you.
Because it can understand me, but it can't
Yes.
speak.
Yes. Okay. At least this particular dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So, you bowed in respect. Okay. Okay. It lumbers out of the lair and sees you bowing, and it nods its head
Okay.
in acknowledgement.
And at that point, I will straighten up.
It doesn't sit though. It
Right.
kind of like walks from side to side.
I will not like act like I'm on its level. I will keep like a subservient
Okay.
pose. So dragon, I have a gift to give you, and I have aid that I request of you. Me and 2 of my friends have been stranded in the desert, and there is a band of 5 orcs here to steal your gold. I offer you these jewels, and I ask that you kill the orcs for us.
Okay. Roll for perception.
Okay.
Make it up.
That's a 19.
19. Okay. At the mention of you and 2 other companions, it starts to growl. But when you mentioned the 5 orcs, as well as offering to have the dragon kill the orcs, you hear a very deep gurgling from its stomach,
Interesting.
and it's not unfamiliar that it might be very hungry at the moment.
I see. So it's like me and 2 companions. It's like food,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, but 5 orcs.
Right.
You can negotiate too that I
hold
can
on, I
make
think
food
I
if
have-
you can remember that.
I have a spell that lets me make food, I believe. Or was it an item? I'm trying to find it.
I have a spell that will let me, and
Okay, I have endless water. You and Conrad have endless food.
I have both.
Okay. I guess I'll notice the gurgling.
Okay.
Right, of its, and like, my companions and I can offer you rations as well as the gold once you save them from the orcs. I cannot I do not have rations on me myself.
Okay. So currently, you've got the jewels in full display right in
Yes.
front of your feet. You've offered food, and you're offering more provisions. Okay. Let's see. How do I convey this? Okay. Well, I'm just gonna say it walks forward and reaches out one of its claws and hooks a claw on one of the necklaces and holds it up and lets the wind kick out from the necklace, and it moves and flows, and the light is glinting off, and you can see in its eyes a reflection of little shines from the necklace being cast onto the eyeballs.
That's beautiful.
And it sets it down and uses its entire claw to scoop up the sand and turns around and walks back into its lair.
Nice.
And it walks in out of sight.
Then I will move to the side of the entrance and sort of just like stay in a somewhat inconspicuous but not hidden location right near the mouth. So if the orcs come around, it looks like I'm planning to enter, and if the dragon comes about, it looks like I'm respectfully standing aside so the dragon can do its duty.
Okay.
Nice.
What happens next happens very, very quickly. The dragon, you hear scuffling and running and pouncing and such of basically dragon on stone, claws on stone and such. And as it gets louder and louder, I know you're off to the side of the entrance, but the dragon bursts out of its lair, turns around and looks and sees you, and it is going to pounce at you. And as it gets right up close, would it be fair to say that it kind of startles you, knocks you to your feet?
I mean, if it's
or to
running
your
at
butt?
me, it would startle me.
Okay, so it does. And while you're on the floor, on your butt, it pounces over you and it's growling. You can see like the saliva dripping from its teeth now. And it looks at you, and as it catches your eye, it waits for you to engage with your eyes to look at it. It doesn't eat you.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll for percept or insight.
Insight. Okay. Interesting. That's not great. That's a 7. So I have
7?
no clue what it's
Okay.
doing.
You can tell with the 7. At this point, you're wondering why it's not eating you at this minute.
Yeah, but also I know that the
probably
dragon is
boring.
so much stronger than me. Attacking it will serve no purpose.
Right.
So I'm either thinking of a way to escape, so I have like banishment ready for myself to like stall for a minute if needed.
Right.
But I'm waiting for it to lunge because I know dragon logic is different than human logic.
Right.
And it seemed receptive to my deal up till this point. So either
Right.
there's 2 dragons, this might be like its mate or something, or it's entered into a rage and it needs the orcs to go into visibility to attack them instead. But I don't know
Okay.
exactly what's going on.
Well, what you do notice is it hasn't eaten you.
Okay.
It's hungry. It's
Okay.
dripping with saliva,
Yeah.
and there's waiting going on.
It's
Okay.
probably just
Some
warning
kind of
you.
waiting.
All right, then I will very slowly pull out my endless water decanter
Okay.
and open it up and begin slowly pouring the water onto the ground to like show like I have water. I already said I don't have food.
Okay. It very quickly swipes at your hand and knocks the water out. It's clearly not interested in the water.
Okay.
And again, it's waiting for something.
Do I get to roll another insight,
How
or
far away
is it
are
just?
we?
Go ahead and roll another insight.
Okay. It did take a while with it to the cave, right? It should be good. Oh, that's better. That's a 17.
Okay. The look in its eye is almost impatient, like it's waiting for information.
Oh, like where are the orcs?
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to turn and point to the hill directly in front of us
Okay.
as they conveniently walk over the hill. Because they're like right there.
So
Let's see. So
unexpected,
hang on. We had you roll.
I was going to cast you scented as
Let's
an
see.
update.
I guess 2 insights. You had a conversation with the dragon. We had you roll for perception. Another insight.
It then had to go back into its cave.
Right. Okay, so yeah, I'll say that actually flushes out to your sprinting and their walking is about evened out of like 16 turns or so.
Nice.
Okay, so it it pushes off of the ground right around you and kicks up so much dust that you can't see for a second.
Okay. I'm gonna try to find my water to
Right. and
Currently just
and
pouring out.
what you don't see, but what happens is the dragon lunges off of rocks, and then spreads its dusty, dry wings and just scales the rocks and disappears
so
outside.
cool.
Which we see, don't we?
What?
Which we see, don't we?
Yes, you guys see.
I can't
the orcs.
I can't cast sending. Sorry, I don't
being
have the spell.
being quiet.
You can cast it to me.
Being quiet, the orcs are slowly scampering over the rocks, and I'll say that they're probably still 50 feet or so from like the edge of the ravine where it goes down into the dragon's lair, and then all of a sudden, this dusty, dry dragon just flies right over their heads. Oops.
Oh, that's okay.
And catches everybody by surprise. All the orcs just huddle further into the rocks, and the leader goes, "Damn thing, distracted the wrong way!" And boom, dragon flies right over your head.
Does it see us?
I mean, what, that you can tell?
Yeah. Like, is it coming for us?
I'll say that yes, as you turn around to look at the tail end of the dragon, it briefly flies up, folds its wings, flips over, and starts to dive bomb straight for you guys.
Conrad, run.
Okay.
And
Conrad was good at that.
And as it's diving, does it look like I could run? I know Conrad can double dash and that gets some
You could
out
banish
of the way.
yourself.
I
Right,
know.
you could run. And I will say that the orcs didn't really bother to tie up Conrad. They just had
Of course.
they had a crossbowman like walking behind him, like pushing him forward and
Yeah,
such.
they're a little distracted.
But because of the dragon flying over their head, they're very distracted. So, without complication, Conrad just double dashes away.
Yeah, and I dash at 70 instead of 120.
Okay, so which way do you dash?
I'm following Conrad. He's got better well, I'm dashing to get Geppi probably towards the cave a bit.
Okay, so you're
The
kind of dashing
direction
out
it
of
came
the
from.
way, but over to
I
the lair
Yeah, and
in a roundabout way.
I assume Conrad, being who he is, also would be doing similarly of getting to Geppi.
Conrad was probably just following you, yeah.
Well, Geppi was. Conrad
Conrad's
was
in front.
I know. Okay, all right. So you guys dash around. Let me just switch to more.
I'm gonna find my
appropriate
water
music.
decanter, put the lid back on, kind of like rub my eyes a bit. It's hard to see through this. I'm gonna tie a handkerchief around my mouth. Just kind of chill, wait
Yep.
for Zen to do a sending spell because I can't contact her.
You stumble out of the dust cloud that the dragon left behind. You hear some shrieks of orcs, which is about all you hear. And you don't see anything for a second until...
I don't hear dragon roars or anything. I just hear
Correct.
screams. Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting dragon. It's cool.
Zenvir and Conrad eventually crest into the ravine of the lair.
Okay.
And I'll say because it's not the direction that you came from, you're not looking in their direction
Oh,
at the
okay.
moment. But
Where am I looking? I'm kind of just like.
well,
Scanning.
you're probably like beginning to make sure to hide behind a rock or climb out of the way so the dragon doesn't see you again.
I'm not trying to hide from the dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I guess what would you do?
I'm waiting for Zen and Conrad because I
Okay.
have to tell them we got to pull out rations now.
Ah,
Okay.
Second part of the deal.
All right. Okay. So Zenvir, do you make yourself known at the crest? You see Geppi.
then I'm headed that way.
I'm gonna wave kind of rather
Okay,
frantically and
he
be like, "Come
doesn't-
here."
He doesn't look like he's hiding, so no, I'd be running.
Okay, well you haven't called out or anything.
Yeah.
Geppi!
You
Here
don't
we
need
go.
to. I can
I
see
don't,
her, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm literally just looking for them.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't- I-
Zenvir catches your attention. You see her. Okay. You motion to her.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
I made a deal with the dragon,
All right.
so it is going to kill all the orcs for us.
Beautiful. I already got the information.
Wonderful. I was going to ask the dragon, but this is better. But we need to give the dragon more food, or it may eat us. And you and Conrad can create infinite rations. So get to it right now, please.
I can. Okay.
We're just going to make a nice little pile here as an offering for them.
She'll need to eat it within 24 hours.
That's okay.
I'm
The
already
dragon's
on
pretty
it.
hungry.
Conrad is wasting no time, and he's casting food and water.
All
I
right.
wonder how many times can we do this in a day?
I would cast it once because I need another spell to cast sending. But
Is it a day's worth of rations?
So the spell I'm casting
Yeah.
is you create 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water
Oh, jeez.
in containers within range, which it says is enough to sustain up to 15 humanoids or 5 steeds for 24 hours.
15 people for a day?
Or 5 horses.
Yes. And then
So
Conrad's
you
also
made like a table feast. So we have 2 table feasts worth of food.
There we go.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Now it needs to be in containers, it says.
It's
Oh, it creates containers.
Yes.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
And
Okay.
it all disappears within 24 hours.
Okay.
It's right. The dragons can eat all of it.
So
by then.
you produce barrels of water, crates of food.
Yes.
Yes.
And I want to point out the
in
caveat.
edible conditions, so cooked
Yes.
chicken
Yes.
and produce.
When it says it disappears, that does not mean that like you eat it and then now you're hungry.
Right, right.
It's like it actually gives the benefit.
The food is bland but nourishing, and I guess it just spoils.
I was gonna overrule that and just say that it spoils within 24 hours.
It spoils if uneaten
it's
after
just
24
mana.
hours.
Yeah.
Oh, the water is clean and just doesn't go bad.
Cool. All right. Well, you create that. Look at each other and looks at Geppi. And,
Right.
Is that it?
Yes, well, we go stand off to the side now and wait for the dragon to come back.
Why wouldn't we just leave?
Because I feel like the dragon could potentially give us grace.
What?
Dragons are interesting creatures. They have their own sense of loyalties, but we've definitely upheld our deal, and perhaps the dragon will see us favorably. If we run away, we might be viewed as rats.
Oh my gosh, my arm!
Yes, well,
Or we could just leave.
I suppose. Here's a little bit of a ways.
If we made the deal with the dragon, I don't see why we would stick around.
I'm-
Just saying. Glug glug glug.
Alright, well, there's
Look,
our answer.
if we were going to just run away, we didn't need to give him all the food.
Yeah, we did. That way he doesn't come after us.
Yes, well, I suppose
We
so.
upheld our deal. He's going to come back and see the food we left him, see nothing else gone.
Dragons are highly magical. I was hoping maybe he could, like, give us some way to get out of this.
Well, we're unfortunately, we're 5 days away from civilization.
Well, I guess my knowledge of dragons is somewhat limited. I didn't roll great history.
I don't want to go to that civilization because we're 5 days away from Oswaflis.
Oh, that is the place where you and Conrad grew up, right?
Right, so if we can go around and not through Oswaflis, that would be preferred.
Yes, what else is around here? I don't know the area at all.
We were told we're 3 days east of the Eastern Desert, 5 days from Oswaflis, and if we head south, we're 1 day away from an orc gate. Or we're
Well,
1 day south of an orc gate,
I
so we go
suppose
north.
when you say we're 2 days from the desert, we're currently in the desert, so that's probably the edge of the desert, right? So let's head straight to the edge of the desert, and then travel will be easier.
Alright.
And we can skip Oswafris if you'd like.
Alright.
Zemvir, just because the terrain is similar to what you've seen in Oswaflis at the base of the mountains, the terrain you're in right now is kind of the running rocky perimeter of a very sandy desert.
So if we head 2 days out, it would be assumed that we're out of
Right.
the desert.
So I assume that you would perceive that if you headed west a couple days, you'd easily be out of the desert.
Alright. Well, let's just head west and figure out from there what to do. The dragons. What do I know about dragons? Because I have DM knowledge of dragons that I'm trying to not pull out.
Right. Well, you know what? I will say that you know that dragons, unless they have a specific purpose that involves creatures lesser than themselves, are usually pretty solitary. So if you've encountered a dragon, you're probably pretty far from any civilization.
Okay. I've been overruled. They want to both leave.
We
Okay.
left it offerings.
Yes.
We didn't take anything of its hoard.
So what I'm going to do, as like we start to leave, I'm going to look around the lair and try to spot like a boulder or some like rocky, like either rocky ground or like a rocky boulder that's like right near the entrance to the lair and nearish to the food, like a nice sort of like scenic spot. And once I
Okay.
spot it, I'm going to use stone shape to remold the rock
Oh.
into a statue that resembles the dragon.
Okay.
And then I'm going to follow the group and leave.
All right. Cool. All right, you do.
I'm trying
That's
to be on the
pretty cool.
dragon's favor.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Now I can't cast banishment today because I did that instead.
Okay, you cast. You know what? Go ahead and roll. I'll have you roll for history. to see how much detail of the dragon you put into the sculpture.
I would pat your back and give you guidance if you told me what you were doing.
Cool. History.
Aye.
16.
15?
16.
16. Okay. I'll say that you created a statue that clearly resembles the dragon that you encountered, as well as you've included a couple extra details that that maybe the dragon wouldn't even be aware of. So like extra detail on the shape of the scale specifically, or maybe the actual counted amount of thorns on its tail or something like that.
Cool.
So a couple more characteristic details, but it clearly does resemble the dragon you just encountered.
Very
Okay.
cool. All right. And we are off.
Okay.
Hey, look at that. We got to bargain with the orcs and kill them. What a deal.
Good deal. I'm going to reach out to a contact that may or may not be in Oswafelis, and try to get kind of the lay of the land.
Okay. You lose privilege.
It's Thompson's turn.
Baby.
Oh, thank you.
Oh no! Don't grab us. Okay.
Sorry. I need to edit the message I sent you.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna, as we're walking, and I'll let Conrad know. I'm gonna see if Knows is still in the area.
Knows.
Wait.
Alright, I'm going to say, to Kronos, sending. Kronos, it's Kelsey. It's been a while. Conrad and I found the wand from the Feywild Festival. We're in the area. How's Oswafelis? Which is only 23 words.
Sorry, repeat it.
Kronos, it's Kelsey. It's been a while. Conrad and I found the wand from the Feywild Festival, and we're in the area. How's Oswafelis? And that's 24 words.
I want to clarify something, because this is sending. Is this a message that you say out loud and it gets cast?
It can. I would just say it out loud with the three of us around.
Okay, I'm wondering if we hear Kelsey, is what I'm curious about.
You would.
Okay, I'm not going to acknowledge it. I'm going to wait for you to,
Yeah.
tell us, but I figured there's a story there.
Yeah.
Or I wasn't
Okay.
sure if that was information we got.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost your shoe. Your shoe came off.
Kelsey,
Oh,
you've been gone a long time.
He sounds bad.
Stay away from Oswafelis. It's gone. I'm in Vramuth, north of Eastern Desert.
East of Eastern Desert?
North.
North.
But that's close to the orc pit.
Well, he is a goblin.
But goblins are different than orcs. So is this do we know Varmuth?
And for however many words are left in the message, he's just gonna say, "It got bad. It got real bad. Be careful. Be careful. It's just gonna trail off."
Oh goodness. That's really creepy. It's gone. Now we don't hear any of that.
No.
Okay. And Geppi, well, actually, Conrad.
I stop.
Yeah, you stop. Conrad would come up and. So is that what? What did he say? And then I'm gonna have him roll for perception. Oh, never mind. Click, 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 click.
What did you roll?
He rolled high enough to perceive that you're not okay.
Where
is he?
north of the Eastern Desert.
Oh, that's
Which might be around where the orc is.
okay.
He says to stay away from Oswaflis. It's gone.
Very interesting.
Allegedly.
I give myself a point of inspiration. So, all right,
man.
cool.
That's dark. And so. Then, what was the city that he's heading to? Vermont. Do I know that place? I assume I don't know anything about this area.
No, you don't.
Do anyone in our group recognize that place?
We're close.
Conrad doesn't.
Would I know it's within the area?
No, because
And it's not on our map?
you pretty much, yeah. If it's not on the map, you don't.
Literally nothing that we've ever been to has been on the map.
know.
Don't eat the
You
dice.
don't really know
He's just
anything
playing with them.
concerning the whereabouts of the Eastern Desert. So anything that's like north or west, or excuse me, north or east of the Eastern Desert, you don't know.
Okay. Well, he said north of the Eastern Desert. Is that north of the entrance to the Eastern Desert?
He's not been
North-
using
He's
them.
going to. Last time we did this, he didn't put it in.
Yeah, and since then he hasn't.
We could
been.
try the
Alright.
playpen. We could just try the playpen.
He's just gonna be sad.
Well, I think he'll have to be sad for a second, at least.
Try playing with him in the playpen.
Let's see. Well, when someone says north of something, it's usually the center.
Well, that's where the orc gate is.
No,
like
it's
the same
not
spot.
actually.
Oh, okay. Is the desert like way further?
I said that the orcs were 3 days from the Eastern Desert.
You said the orcs are 1 day north of where we are right now.
Right.
I mean, I think he might be getting tired. You wanna?
So,
Okay, hang on. So check this out.
yeah,
The orcs
yeah.
are 1 day south of Orcigate. 2 days, or when I say 2 or 3 days, I think 3 days. 3 days
It was.
east of the Eastern Desert.
And then 2 more from the Eastern Desert to
So Oswaflis.
Yes.
So if Kronos said he's north of Eastern Desert,
Yeah.
he's north of Eastern Desert. Orcade's right here.
Okay, so that's what I was saying. It's not the center of Eastern Desert. It's. Oh wait, no, I realized what's happening. So when you said Eastern Desert is this point, I thought that was the entrance to the Eastern Desert. But
Oh.
in fact, we are on the edge of the Eastern Desert, on the far edge. So we need to
Right.
go further west to the center and then up from there.
Right.
So we're like,
It's like chess. If you go 3 days in, 2 days up, you'll find the city.
Perfect.
If,
Okay.
if you want to find Orcade, you just go 1 day up.
all right, nice. So we're gonna do that.
Okay.
As we discussed, we're gonna head to Vermouth, but we don't know anything about Vermouth.
Right.
But
So you could go through the Eastern Desert up to
Mhm.
Vermouth, or you could go through you could get out of the desert and go through the Orc.
we're not going
To
to
get
the orc.
there. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna stick with the desert. We've got infinite food and water.
Right.
So this actually won't be that
Sweet.
bad. of a
I gotta
journey.
come up with a whole bunch of desert options. All right.
I love the desert.
Cool.
Desert campaigns are fun.
Yes.
Now the thing is, Geppi doesn't know that Kronos is a goblin.
Right.
He doesn't really have problems with goblins
Yeah.
per se, but he just assumes he's like
Well, do you ask?
similar to them. No, he's
Well,
just,
you're just a human. You're just biased against goblins as
I'm biased
traditionally-
against orcs because that's what I've seen.
Right, you're personally biased against orcs, but I'll say that you just have a neutrally negative bias against
Okay.
goblins. They're
Alright.
troublemakers. They can be violent in groups.
That sounds like Kronos, honestly.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. But I'm just gonna follow the group. I've learned not to pry into Zen's backstory.
Right.
And then she tells me things when she feels
Right.
willing to.
Okay. So you guys discussed this as a group.
While we keep
Well,
moving.
no, the problem is
Yeah.
Conrad and Geppi discussed this as a group.
Okay.
Oh, okay, are you just
Well,
overwhelmed?
Zen, do you have anything against that idea?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna go through the Eastern Desert. We're gonna head north.
We're not going to Oswald's.
No Oswaffles. Nope.
We can learn more from your friend when we make it there.
Oh, but if we're near Oswaffles, if we head south, we might be able to see my parents.
Do you want?
No, they can wait. Unless I say otherwise tomorrow.
So is that close to us?
Oh no.
Okay, so basically Vermouth is much closer.
Yeah.
So we might as well hit into Vermouth, and then all that is like
If
a day
we're
or two.
if we're at
out
the
of our
Eastern
way.
Desert, then I would say my parents are probably 5 days south.
Okay, so we head to the center of the Eastern Desert. We take a quick detour up one day to Vermouth, and then depends on what we get there. We can then take 6 days south to where his parents are.
No. Oh my.
Right.
Can you stop?
He has to grab everything.
Yeah, that's okay. That sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Once yeah.
What is all your problem?
He wants the cards.
He
actually.
wants everything.
Is it okay for him to have the
No.
cards? Okay. Let's give him this.
There we go.
All right. Well,
You are Bronson now.
I'm thinking we could take a break here, unless we decide to just have a short session today.
Why don't we finish the travel events
Well.
and make it to Vermouth and then call it there?
Well, then we'll have to take a pause.
Okay.
Oh my word.
Oh, because you need desert travel events.
Yes.
Um,
I was expecting a confrontation.
You got a nat 1. Good job.
your first dice roll
Oh, yeah.
is a nat 1, buddy.
Yeah, that's true. We did bypass your combat.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You had them fight each other. All right. So I will
Is that what
stop
you-
recording. We'll go take a pause, and we can.
Is that what you told Daniel we'd do?
Yes.
Oh, then let's be done there.
I guess we could. I mean, I'm having fun, but
Right.
also
That
it's
was a 10.
whatever.
Also, yeah, if I can put Austin down for a nap in this time, I wouldn't
Right.
mind playing a little bit more, but I don't know.
But since we don't have spoilers anymore for Daniel, we
Right.
could
That
wait
would
for
be
next time.
would be a wise idea. It just was a shorter session.
Yeah,
Um,
that's okay.
Okay.
And it was a very interesting scenario.
I'm
Right.
gonna go inside with him then. 'Cause
Okay.
I need to throw him against a
All
wall
right.
or take care of him.
And thank you for letting us approach that in a unique way.
Well, there we go.
Were we supposed to combat the dragon?
I just presented the situation.
I can't imagine fighting the dragon would have gone well unless it's not an adult.
Unless it's all
So
of us.
here's the spoiler.
Oh, including the orcs.
Here's the spoiler. I'll tell you. The lore